see all these things. That is a skin fiction from the story you got.
Some episodes break your heart, but these shatter it. From tearful goodbyes to dreams cut short, to moments so raw they leave the entire room silent. These are the stories that stay with you long after the credits roll. Lives hanging in the balance, families falling apart, and pain that can't be measured on a scale. These are the saddest moments ever seen on my 600-pound life. William Kiefer is just 34, but his body carries more than 600 pounds and the crushing weight of regret. Every morning, he wakes up questioning how he let himself get here. The reflection in the mirror is a daily reminder, and even his mother has reached her limit. She's tired of seeing him stuck in this cycle, tired of his resistance to change. The question looms, can Dr. Now pull him back from the brink, or has he gone too far? This is where his fight, or his fall, begins.
It could be better to stay in bed and play video games all day and just relax, kind of, just avoid the world too. But I still can get around pretty well.
Pain already shadows his every move. Sure, William can still get out of bed and bathe himself, but the relief stops there. The moment he stands for too long, sharp agony shoots through his feet and legs. Living alone means he handles most things himself, but his mother still stops by to help with chores and bring food. She's his lifeline, but also his biggest hope. If anyone can convince him to face his eating habits head on, it's her. Time is ticking, and things are dangerously close to spiraling out of control.
A drug, a coping mechanism, something like that.
All right, I want to make sure I make you enough.
All right.
When William wakes up in the morning,
it's becoming clear. His mother may be enabling him without meaning to. She admits she gives him whatever he wants to eat, whenever he asks. She just wants to see him happy, and food is the only thing that brings him joy. But the roots of his struggle run deep. Since childhood, William has battled depression, living in isolation with no one to talk to. In those lonely moments, food was his escape, his comfort. It wasn't just eating, it was a way to numb the hurt he couldn't share with anyone.
I even started looking at studying video game programming. But just as I was doing that, my marriage came to an end.
Willie, are you ready to go to the grocery store?
Yeah, I am.
What do you want? What are you gonna get?
I don't know, probably some chicken, some...
Honestly, it's better they split when they did. William's life is already hanging in the balance. If his wife had left him during this journey, it could have been catastrophic. But even now, the divorce has cut deeper than he realized. In its wake, he turned to junk food like an old friend, drowning himself in bad habits. The companionship he lost was replaced with overeating, each meal a temporary distraction from the heartbreak. And with no one to stop him, the cycle dug in deeper than ever before.
And it is heartbreaking to know that you can't help your son. William, I'm not going up the stairs. I'm going to leave the bags at the bottom of the stairs.
His mother's right. No one can do this for him. The truth is brutal. Only William can pull himself out of this hole, and every day he delays makes the climb steeper. Health-wise, the clock is against him. He wants help, but giving up food feels impossible when it's the only thing that brings him comfort. He's caught in a brutal tug of war between his desire to live and his need for the one thing slowly killing him. It's a fight that's as much in his head as in his body.
right now he's a prisoner in his own body. This weight has the chains wrapped around him so tight, he has no freedom. It's just time for William to do something to help William and to love.
So today I'm gonna see Dr. Now so I can get my life back on track.
The moment every patient dreads finally arrives, stepping onto the scale, there's no escaping the number now. William heads to Texas to see Dr. Now, and to his surprise, his diet before the visit seems to have paid off. He weighs less than he feared, staying just over 600 pounds. That small win is a confidence boost, but it's only the first battle. He's faced one fear, the next will be harder. Now it's time to see exactly what Dr. Now has planned, and it won't be easy.
Will be the first step towards that.
I'm scared to death.
No.
The list is long. Dr. Now doesn't hold back. William has a mountain of changes to make, and quickly. But surprisingly, he's showing more progress than expected. He's leaving the house, moving more, and even working out. The catch: after heavy exercise, his hunger roars back, pushing him to eat more than he should. It's progress with a dangerous edge. A step forward, then a stumble back. Whether he can balance effort with discipline will decide if this momentum lasts or crashes.
How are you doing?
How are you?
Doing good. Losing 70 pounds is a lot, but hopefully I lost most of that, and I'll be down in the low 500. I'm hoping I am, and I get approved for surgery today.
Then comes the reality check. Just 12 pounds lost in 2 months. The goal was 70. Dr. Now won't be pleased, and the disappointment is spreading. His mother's hurt is written all over her face. She's been trying to help, but William's unwillingness to fully commit is wearing everyone down. Helping someone who won't help themselves is exhausting. Frustration hangs in the air, and if he doesn't change course fast, this journey might be cut short before it really begins.
You can say whatever you want. The scale doesn't lie.
And I didn't say it did, but like I just said.
So, you keep repeating, I made the changes, I meet only one time a day.
Dr. Now's patience has limits, and William is towing the line. The task is clear, same goal, same time frame, and if he doesn't hit it, there's no reason to come back. No more excuses, no more wasted visits. Despite the setback, his mother remains his strongest supporter. She encourages him, reassures him, and refuses to give up hope. Her love is unwavering, even when his progress isn't. It's the kind of loyalty that could save him, if he lets it.
I've been trying harder, but I have no idea what my loss is gonna be.
William.
How you doing?
Hi, how are you?
Doing good.
Hi.
At my last appointment, I was 580.
Then the final blow. Only 6 pounds lost. After all that work, the number is almost insulting. You can see the defeat on everyone's faces. Dr. Now is done. There's nothing more he can do if William won't truly commit. It's the end of the line, his last stop. The surgery is off the table and the dream fades right there in the office. William has reached the crossroads, and this time, he's walked away from the chance to save his own life.
With William, because he still continued to just playing games and lies. So we can see going to therapy can help start breaking through to him, because nothing anybody else has done.
Margaret's just 35, but her body carries more than 700 pounds, and the crushing reality that she can't function without her mother at her side. If her mom isn't there, she's helpless. Every day, tears come, heavy with shame and frustration over what her life has become. She's trapped in a body that's slowly shutting down, and she knows it. The question is whether this moment will finally serve as her wake-up call. Can she claw her way out of this spiral? Or will this be another slow march toward a fate she's too scared to face?
Mobile has created a very dire situation for her, and she can barely stand up from her bed to bedside commode. When she fell, she was short of breath.
I won't lie, I'm scared for Margaret. This could be one of Dr. Now's toughest cases. She recently fell down the stairs and had to be rushed to the hospital. Since she can't walk, the fall only heightened fears that she might be living her final days. And here's the real kicker. Margaret admits she lashes out at her mother when she doesn't get the food she wants, saying cruel things in the process. She knows every bite is killing her, knows she's flirting with death, and yet, the plates keep coming. This is the addiction in full control.
For her to eat as much as she wants and get her weight up to 750 pounds. So this is a very pathological situation, and I don't see any motivation.
Dr. Now doesn't sugarcoat it. Margaret's BMI is 129, dangerously high, especially given her immobility. While hospitalized, he can manage her diet, but once she's home, she's on her own. The sight of her struggling in that hospital bed is gut-wrenching. Still, she says she wants to get better, and that spark of desire matters. This will not be easy. Losing weight at her size will require complete commitment, but for the first time in a long time, she seems to be ready. The challenge now is proving that determination can outlast her cravings and old habits.
30 pounds each month, but want to stay in the office and get your weight. I expected that you lose 100 pounds in 3 months.
Margaret's mom is ready to step up big time. Dr. Now's orders are clear, 100 pounds gone in 3 months, and mom plans to enforce every rule. It's a tough ask, but they're willing to try. Margaret is lucky to have someone this dedicated to her care. It's not just about cooking and cleaning, it's about pushing her when she wants to quit. Watching them together makes you wonder how she ended up in this condition in the first place. Sometimes, love isn't enough to keep someone from falling this far, but right now, it might be her best weapon.
Dad was very controlling, and if he said, you'd be right here, she had to be right there. That's how he was.
You want to hide your feelings away from him, because if you argued with him, then
120 pounds at 6 years old. That's staggering. To get there, you'd have to be eating almost constantly, and Margaret says that's exactly what happened. With a strict father, she found comfort in food, even sneaking his meals when he wasn't looking. But her grandmother was worse. She'd force her to eat 10 eggs in one sitting whenever she said she was hungry. Margaret calls her the Wicked Witch, and it's clear the nickname isn't a joke. Childhood trauma left deep scars, and her eating habits became her shield, a shield that's now trapping her in a body she can't escape.
do things for myself. I went on disability. My dad became more abusive. After that, my mom reached a point of no return. So she packed her stuff and left with my older sister, Tiffany, to take shelter with a friend. I woke up the next morning and my sister and my mama were gone.
Just when you think it can't get worse, Margaret shares more of her past, and it's devastating. Chaos and drama have surrounded her since childhood, making food her only consistent escape. Now, even in the present, life at home isn't smooth. Her mother admits Margaret's resistance is wearing her down. She quits almost every week. Physical therapists arrive to help her regain movement, but the progress is painfully slow. Still, there's a flicker of hope that maybe, just maybe, they can break through her wall of excuses before time runs out. But it's going to take a fight.
Because there's a blood clot and everything else. You already have it, Izzy.
Yeah, I know, but they keep pushing on you and they keep pushing on me. I'm sick of it.
You're not filming today.
Then, the fight turns ugly. Margaret refuses to work with the physiotherapists, sparking a heated argument with her mom. Frustration boils over as Margaret sends them away entirely. Her mother reluctantly steps in to help her move around the house, but it's clear the anger is masking deep exhaustion. At this point, you have to wonder, does Margaret truly want this, or is she just going through the motions to appease those around her? Every day of resistance is another day closer to disaster, and her mother's patience is hanging by the thinnest of threads.
Don't think that you have made it and relax and go back to eating cabbage.
No.
Okay.
We want to be.
I'm not going back.
Still, Margaret is incredibly fortunate to have her mother's unwavering commitment. Without her, things might have spiraled completely out of control. She pushes Margaret when she doesn't want to move, reminds her why she started, and refuses to let her quit. Together, they've built a fragile rhythm, and if they can keep it up for one more month, surgery will finally be within reach. It's teamwork at its finest. But the question is whether Margaret can sustain this drive long enough to cross the finish line without falling back into her old destructive patterns again.
Oh, don't me out.
I'm not gonna dump you out. I just got you through the door.
All right. She's got to keep me sick.
Once you get up there, you gotta let go of it.
Come on, hurry, Clayton. Hurry.
But the momentum crumbles. After more than a month, Margaret's weight loss is just 5 pounds, a heartbreaking number. Her mother's disappointment is written all over her face. She's tired, but she can't give up. Doctor now makes it clear, this is her last chance. Either she loses the weight, or she continues suffering under the crushing load of her own body. The stakes couldn't be higher. This is her moment to choose between life and a slow, painful decline. With her mother's relentless support, she has everything she needs, except the decision to truly commit.
That's my foot. At my last appointment, I was 626, and I was supposed to lose 35 pounds in a month. So if I did that, the number I need to see is 591. I'm on it.
Finally, a breakthrough. Against all odds, Margaret sheds 125 pounds, silencing every doubt that's been hanging over her head. It's a victory that required grit, tears, and more discipline than she thought she had. The woman who once fought against every helping hand is now proving she can fight for herself. This is the number Doctor now has been waiting for, the milestone that could change everything. After countless setbacks, she's finally earned her spot in line for surgery. Whether she takes this chance and runs with it will define the rest of her journey.
I don't need that in my life no more.
At least we're on the right track now. We just need to keep pushing and go harder. And the most important thing is that you both started psychotherapy. So I'm proud of both of you for that.
Nicole's story is unforgettable. One of the most jaw-dropping journeys my 600-pound life has ever shown. The moment you realize she can't even fit through her own bathroom door and must be hosed down on her front porch like she's livestock, the reality hits you like a brick. It's not just heartbreaking, it's humiliating and raw. This isn't the kind of struggle you can hide from. Every scene is a brutal reminder of how far things have gone. The big question now is simple but urgent. Can Dr. Now actually save her, or is this the beginning of the end?
Your dog in your backyard. You don't bathe your girl, but I don't have it. Even though Charlie's very devoted to me, I feel very humiliated. I know Charlie says he doesn't mind, but it's not right that he has to do this for me.
Nicole's boyfriend, Charlie, claims he'd jump through fire for her, literally risk it all. But when it comes to doing the one thing she truly needs, saying no to unhealthy food, he folds every time. It's love, sure, but it's also enabling at its worst. Then there's another twist. Nicole's parents, both recovering addicts, also live with her, but they do so under one unexpected condition that immediately raises eyebrows. In this house, love, loyalty, and dysfunction mix like fuel and fire, leaving you wondering whether these relationships are her lifeline or the anchor pulling her further down.
I found I was pregnant with my second child. gave birth to Shelby, I'd put on so much weight, I either had to stay in bed all day or use a wheelchair to get around.
If this setup doesn't scream trouble, nothing does. Nicole has put on so much weight that she now depends on her recovering addict parents to help care for both her and her children. That alone is an alarming red flag. How can people still fighting their own demons possibly take on hers? And as expected, tensions flare quickly. Her mother, carrying her own emotional baggage, doesn't hold back when frustration hits. The home becomes a pressure cooker, and Nicole is right in the middle, caught between her dependency and the chaos swirling all around her every day.
If I wasn't here, Lord only knows what would happen.
And my mom gets upset because I'm so big, I can't do anything.
What are you doing, Jaden? I'm just sick of this. I need help with these damn kids.
The truth is, these living conditions are far from ideal. Cramped, tense, and emotionally draining, yet somehow Nicole's weight keeps climbing. You don't have to be a doctor to figure out that the constant stream of food might have something to do with it. Watching her portion sizes is like watching someone pour gasoline on a fire you're desperately trying to put out. But the real mystery is whether she'll ever decide to break this cycle, or if the comfort of food will always outweigh the urgency to save her own life.
That has to be done exactly right, so it tastes as good as it should. And I'm not letting anyone mess it up. It's ready for the oven. When I know that there's a meal being cooked,
It's an eye-watering amount of food, even for someone at her size. But deep down, Nicole knows she can't keep doing this forever. If she wants a better future for herself and her children, she has to take the leap. So she calls Doctor, now in Houston, the man who could be her last shot. It's not just a doctor's appointment, it's a gamble for her life. Will she actually follow through and face what's waiting for her? Or will this be another empty promise in a long list of failed attempts?
My back hurts down here on the street.
This is gonna be a 3-hour ordeal with her.
The irony is almost painful. Nicole weighs well over 600 pounds, yet somehow the finger always points outward. Blame scattered across her family instead of herself. But eventually, the bickering fades just enough for her and her loved ones to get to Houston. Meeting Dr. Now is a reality check in human form. He doesn't sugarcoat a thing. Every word out of his mouth is laced with urgency, and every instruction he gives is a test. The real question now, whether Nicole has the grit to follow through when the excuses start bubbling up again.
my boyfriend and my mom.
Why are you doing that?
If she wants it, she'll throw a fit if I don't get it for her.
So, Nicole, let me get this straight.
Doctor Now lays down the challenge. Nicole must lose 30 pounds in 1 month if she wants surgery approval. No shortcuts, no slip-ups. The rules are clear, a strict meal plan and hard limits. It's a steep hill to climb, and the clock starts ticking immediately. Everyone watching knows the stakes. This is her chance to prove she's serious. But under the surface, doubt lingers. Will Nicole treat this like the lifeline it is, or will she let old habits drag her right back into the same destructive cycle yet again?
And I really have no idea if I'm even close to that. I'm a little disappointed that I didn't lose what I was supposed to, and I'm scared about what the doctor's gonna say. But I hope Doctor Now sees that I am making.
Here's another twist. Charlie, her boyfriend, has put on weight too. The unhealthy environment is rubbing off on everyone. Doctor Now doesn't mince words. He tells Nicole flat out to stop pointing fingers at her family and take responsibility. The deal is the same: 30 pounds in the next month or no surgery. The challenge is huge, but it's also straightforward. She knows exactly what she needs to do. Whether she can push past cravings, emotions, and excuses will decide if she earns that life-changing spot in the operating room.
Giving up what we had to give, you know what I mean?
This ain't my fault. It's just a situation that happened that we gotta get through together as a family. It doesn't help when I'm getting jumped every day over the situation.
When weigh-in day comes, the result is crushing. Nicole has lost only 6 pounds. 30 was the goal, and she's nowhere near it. She has her reasons, but to Doctor. Now, they're just excuses in a different outfit. It's a setback that could derail everything, and it's proof that willpower is still her biggest obstacle. The disappointment is thick in the air. At this point, you can't help but wonder, does she really want to change? Or is she just going through the motions to keep hope alive a little longer?
So we couldn't eat healthy, and my family would be eating.
I don't want any more excuses. You're still responsible for your choices and what you eat.
To be quite honest, I'm not having very much emotional.
Denial is a dangerous game, and Nicole is playing it. Doctor Now doubles the challenge, lose 30 pounds for 2 months straight, and start therapy. To her credit, the therapy helps somewhat. Slowly, she chips away at her weight, and after 2 grueling months, she finally hits the target. The reward? Approval for surgery. The moment feels almost surreal surreal after all the tension, excuses, and close calls. It's proof that, even after countless stumbles, there's still room for a win. But whether this win lasts will depend entirely on what she does next.
Came from a previous C-section, but I was able to manage it and still successfully perform the sleep. This surgery will keep her focused for a bit, but she still had to deal with her emotional issues